All right, guys, we're going to be looking at determining the maturity value of a loan. Maturity value is the full amount of money you're going to be repaying back when your loan is due. That is the principal plus the interest. To determine maturity value, figure the simple interest first, which we just went over, and then you're going to figure out the maturity value, which is really simple. All right, so our formula for maturity value is right here. But remember, we have to find what the interest is first. So we can't forget that formula that we learned in the previous videos. So let's take a look at this example. We'll find the interest, and then we'll also find the maturity value. Suppose you are borrowing $1,825 at 12% interest for 1 year. What is the maturity value? Well, step number one is find the interest. We remember that our formula for doing so is going to be interest equals principal times rate times time. Okay, so I equals 1,825 times, remember we convert this to a decimal, times 1 because it's only 1 year. Put that in our calculator and we should get $219. Now, in order to find the maturity value, we're going to go back and we're going to look at our formula at the top. Okay, so our formula again up here at the top, M equals P plus I. So our formula, M equals P plus I. Well, what is our P? Our P is our original amount. We go back to the question, what is the original amount we're borrowing? We're borrowing 1,825. So 1,825 is our P. What is our I? Our I is the amount of interest. We just figured that interest was going to be $219. So what we're going to do is we're going to add that $219 to the 1,825. We have our P plus our I. Okay, so now simply add those two together and we get 2,044. So M equals 2,044. You can see with the maturity value that whenever you take out a loan, you will pay back more than you borrow because there's interest. Okay, now down below, very similar setup to what we just did on previous videos. We're going to find the interest, and then we're going to use our new formula, M equals P plus I, to find the maturity value. So we go back, make sure that we remember our formula for interest, which is I equals P times R times T. And again, we have to find decimals here. So we're going to have to convert all of these percents to decimals when we do this. Okay, I'm going to do the first one with you. Then I'm going to stop the video for a second. I'm going to encourage you to do the rest and then come back to the video and check your answers. So let's take a look at the first one. We have our principal of 1,400. We're going to multiply it by converted to a percent. So we have 0.009, all right, because 0.9% becomes 0.00. You move the decimal 1, 2, add the 0. 0.009 times 30 days. Remember, when we're talking about days, and it's saying we're going to use ordinary interest again, ordinary being out of 360 days. When we use our days formula, it's 30 over 360 in parentheses. Put that in our calculator. Interest is going to be $1.05. And then to find your maturity value, you simply go back and you add your principal and your interest, and you get 1,401.05 for your answer. Okay, Why don't you try the rest on your own and then come back here and see how you did. Okay, we're going to go on. We have 89,000 times 0.0375 times 15 gives us 50,000, 0.6250. And again, I add my interest back to my principal, and it's going to be a big number here. Think of it as like a loan for a house. 139,062.50. Okay, that is a big number, but again, it could be a 15-year loan for a house. Down below, we have 16,500 times 0.039 times, we're going to go 72 over 12 this time because we're doing it in months. We get 3,861. And then again, maturity value, add that back to that. We end up with 20,361. Okay, 1,850 times 0.18 times 3 over 12 gives us 83.25. 83.25 added back to the principal gives us 1,933.25. And our last question, 36,875 times 0.07 times 5. Given to us in years, we can keep it, put it in our calculator, and we get 12,906.25. Add that back to our principal, and we get 49,781.25. Okay, so as you can see, we just found the interest, and then we added that interest back to the original amount borrowed, which is called the principal, and we end up with what we call the maturity value of the loan, the total amount of the loan that you're going to be paying back. Now that we have finished both simple interest and maturity value, you have a class worksheet to complete. Please use your notes to do so. Good luck.